What up, people? It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris Don One, and welcome to another fabulous rendition of Just My Opinion podcast, season 3, episode 3. How y'all living? I'm living swell. Feel free, be sure to hit the notification bell, the subscription button, share this live stream as well as this YouTube channel in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to further support the channel, hit the join membership button. Remember, membership has its privileges. Also, super chats, super stickers are appreciative, as well as if you want to hit the Cash app. $ I'm Chris Don One. I will have the Cash app link in the comments section. All right. Without further ado, let's get into today's topic. We got a lot to talk about. We're talking about Shannon Sharpe and what Stephen A. Smith is spewing and this narrative that he got forced out, meaning Shannon Sharpe, by Fox Sports 1. We're also going to be talking about some podcasting etiquette as well as YouTube etiquette from one content creator to another content creator. We're going to get into all that and then some, all right? But the first order of business, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be realistic with you guys. You know, my fellow content creators, we need to have thicker skin, okay? We need to have thicker skin, particularly when we upload videos or when we do live streams and we echo our opinions and our thoughts. And they're very appreciative, particularly from one content creator to another content creator. I always give credit where credit is due. I always support other content creators. I always give people their flowers now. All right. And I appreciate everyone's video. I appreciate everyone's comments. I good, bad, or whatever. So, shout out to Tigger TV. If he's listening, fine. If he's not, I understand. He did a video a couple of weeks ago where he was basically, reporting a story about Shannon Sharpe. And at that particular time, Shannon Sharpe was spewing this narrative that Fox Sports 1 pushed him out. All right. Even though when he was let go of, and I even said this on plenty of live streams, there's plenty of videos, I felt like it was a money dispute between Fox Sports 1 and Shannon Sharpe. You know, I'm not, regurgitate what I've been saying, but to give y'all guys a quick rundown, I felt like Shannon Sharpe went to upper management, wanted A-tier money. I think Shannon Sharpe deserves A-tier money. I think Shannon Sharpe should be making the same as what Stephen A. Smith is doing, what Skip Bayless is doing, and more recently, Pat McAfee. All right. I've been down since the campaign, since day one. I felt like Shannon Sharpe has done enough to rehabilitate his image, to rehabilitate his reputation, and also show how valuable he is for Fox Sports 1. He has gotten extremely popular, particularly in the sports talk sector. He has been very successful and extremely popular with Club Shay Shay. He's been, as well as social media. Now, I will say Fox Sports 1, as well as ESPN, they're kind of stuck in their ways. I don't think they really appreciate or identify the importance of social media. It's on their priority list, but how far down is it? All right. But with that being said, other than that, Shannon Sharpe has done an extraordinary job over there at Fox Sports 1, and I felt like he deserved his money. Okay, it's his time. Now, on his way out, he'd like to thank Skip Bayless for the opportunity. He didn't really dwell on the reason why he's no longer working at Fox Sports 1. I believe it was a money dispute between Fox Sports 1 and Shannon Sharpe. I still believe to this day it has some type of credence to why he's not there. I don't think it is as large as what I thought it was months ago, but I feel like it's important. All right. So Ticket TV, and a month later after he gets the months later after he gets the opportunity to do the ESPN gig, Shannon Sharpe does it Mondays and Tuesday. He debates Stephen A. Smith. I thought that was a good deal. It would have been a better deal if he was full time at ESPN, had his own show. His podcast is sponsored through ESPN Radio. Who knows? Maybe Shannon Sharpe has his own radio show, or maybe do content for ESPN Plus. That was the horizon we all thought the next chapter of Shannon Sharpe was going to be. We also heard the rumors of FanDuel was interested in Shannon Sharpe. We also heard the rumors that maybe Apple, as well as Amazon, was kicking the tires around as far as hiring Shannon Sharpe for their platform. We also heard BET was in the game, okay? Viacom was in the game for Shannon Sharpe. So you had all of these networks, all of these digital platforms, all of these streaming services. We thought it was going to be a bidding war for Shannon Sharpe, but Shannon Sharpe chose the route he chose. I felt like the route that he chose was more flexible with his schedule. It allows him to do much, much more. Not one entity fully owns Shannon Sharpe. He gets an opportunity to still do ESPN Mondays and Tuesdays. Club Shay Shay is now going to be with The Volume, the digital platform. The Volume, Colin Cowherd owns that. There has been talk that Shannon Sharpe is a minority partner with Club Shay Shay Media. I think Colin Cowherd is investing into that as well. That's what the rumors are saying. I'm not 100% sure of that. And he's also doing his own gig on his YouTube channel. He's still doing Club Shay Shay there, as well as he's got this new thing that he just started. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, Nightcap, with him and Acho. I think they make a fabulous tandem. But it's not the lucrative deal that we all assume he was going to land. And who knows, down the road, when Stephen A. Smith's contract is up in 2 years, ESPN will probably renegotiate with Shannon Sharpe and have him full-time at ESPN if he chooses to go that route. But with all that being said, everything was fine and dandy until Stephen A. Shannon Sharpe said that Fox Sports 1 let him go, pretty much pushed him out the door. And Ticket TV, as well as a lot of people, a lot of content creators on YouTube, were going with this narrative of, at first, it was Skip Bayless's fault why Shannon Sharpe isn't there. Now, this recent news, which was a couple of weeks ago, that Fox Sports 1 may actually push Shannon Sharpe out from their platform. And now the word has gotten out. It was, they pinpointed it, and they basically said that the last couple of months, when Shannon Sharpe was Undisputed, particularly with the Tom Brady comment, what Skip Bayless said to Shannon Sharpe, that infamous show. We all know about that infamous show, and it rubbed Shannon Sharpe the wrong way. And everyone is pointing to that's the reason why Shannon Sharpe is no longer with Fox Sports 1. And, you got all these content creators such as Ticket TV. I don't know the position of Carcino for Life. I don't know which angle he's, I watch his videos, but I'm not an avid listener to Carcino for Life. Really haven't heard what anybody else has been saying. But there was a video a couple of weeks ago Ticket TV made, and I got into the comment section, and I basically explained that the reason why Shannon Sharpe is no longer with Fox Sports 1 has nothing to do with Skip Bayless, has nothing to do with Fox Sports 1. If you want to say that it has something to do with him getting a raise or getting a new contract, okay, we can probably take it to that route. But I felt like more importantly, Skip Bayless, excuse me, Shannon Sharpe, um, basically Shannon Sharpe pretty much wore out his welcome. And it's a combination of things that was the factor of why Fox Sports One didn't want to give him the bag, because if they give him a longer contract, a bigger bag, that means it could easily go the wrong way for Fox Sports One, and it would have gotten more expensive for Fox Sports One if Shannon Sharpe finds himself in trouble again, or wearing out his welcome with Skip Bayless or whoever. And it would have been very expensive for Fox Sports One to cut him loose. They did both sides agree to a buyout, but I don't think that buyout was a lot to Fox Sports One. It's a lot of money to me and you. It's probably a lot of money to Shannon Sharpe, but when you look at a network, it's not a lot of money. Okay, but anywho, the money amount really has nothing to do with this story. All right. So I commented, and take it as always. Take it. He commented back, and we replied. I forgot what he said. But anywho, he this recent video, this recent story of Shannon Sharpe. The real reason why he's not there is because of the incident between Skip Bayless. Basically, when the Tom Brady comment came up, he pretty much talked real bad and talked real foul to Shannon Sharpe. I can understand why Shannon Sharpe was upset, but Shannon Sharpe does have a habit of bad mouthing other athletes, bad mouthing other GMs, more recently Jerry Jones, bad mouthing other ex-players, bad mouthing anybody that plays against LeBron James. All right. So it's kind of funny that you're thin-skinned when Skip Bayless bad mouths you when he tried to compare you to Tom Brady, which I just don't think is a fair comparison. But either way, but for you to allude, and I think it was Stephen A. Smith alluded to this, that you felt a certain kind of way because of what Skip Bayless said about you when you was talking about, when you guys were discussing the Tom Brady comments. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, Shannon Sharpe. Now, I don't believe in disrespecting people. I don't believe in disrespecting people's respect, credibility. I don't believe in disrespecting people's work. But I do want to say this: if you make it a habit to disrespect other people, then how come you think the same energy can't be replied to you? If you want people to respect you, how about you respect other people? And they can make all the excuses they want to. Now, Shannon Sharpe said that he was talking to Stephen A. Smith. He was hoping that Stephen A. Smith didn't go public with this. And that's another thing. I felt like Stephen A. Smith threw him under the bus, Shannon Sharpe. If Shannon Sharpe wanted this conversation to be private, Stephen A. Smith should have respected it. But I think, low-key, that this was all orchestrated by Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe. They tried to say that it was Skip Bayless. Fox Sports One, he's the reason. Then they try to say, Skip Bayless didn't want to work with Shannon Sharpe. And now they're saying that incident where on Undisputed, put your glasses back on, that incident right there, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. All right. Now, if anybody wants to believe that, that's fine. Okay, you believe whatever you want to believe. But me, as a black man, I just think it's unnecessary you have to look at what we're talking about. We're talking about Shannon Sharpe, who's extremely popular on social media, a likable person to the media, particularly black media, versus the white face corporation of Fox Sports 1. All right. Which, by the way, every 98% of all corporations, there's going to be a Caucasian owning that company or that organization. Nobody wants to talk about that, but it is what it is. ESPN is not owned by, is not owned by African Americans. So he literally went from one corporation that they're painting this white face corporation is white versus black. Okay. And I get sick of us as African Americans, and I know it's going to offend a lot of people, that we blame everybody else for our behaviors except ourselves. We don't never look at ourselves in the mirror. Like, maybe it could be you. And to me, I feel like Shannon Sharpe should exit stage left from this conversation, because I feel like if they continue this narrative, if they continue to badmouth Fox Sports 1 or Skip Bayless, let's just face facts and face reality. Skip Bayless is not a likable person. No one truly is a fan of Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is the guy you love to hate. And if you look at Fox Sports 1, they're not, nobody cheers for Fox Sports 1. Okay, the same way like Disney, ESPN, Apple, Microsoft, Sony, the list goes on and on and on. No one really cheers or champions corporations. Okay, because our ideas of a corporation is all they care about is making money. That's it. They don't care about the people who's working to help them make the money. When we think about a corporation, we think about the greedy powers that be lining their pockets up with money, while the people that work, that builds these corporations, get less for their effort and less for their talent. That's what we believe in a corporation. And Fox Sports 1, to be honest with you, Fox Sports 1, Skip Bayless, they're in a position where they're not going to be believed by anybody. And Stephen A. Smith and Stephen A. Smith, and Shannon Sharpe knows this. But Shannon Sharpe, if anybody needs to eat the whole blame pie or most of the blame pie, is Shannon Sharpe. Because Shannon Sharpe has demonstrated a pattern of behavior, starting with CBS Sports. If you put it this way, folks, picture yourself this. If you are a bad worker and you worked at a job, and this job doesn't say any kind words about you other than, yeah, you used to work here. And, by law, they can't, badmouth you or tell the truth about you. All right. And you go to another job and you do the same stuff at your new job like you was doing at your previous job. Never showing up, never, working, always taking hour-long lunches, can never be found. You're always late and you always want to leave out of there early. You always want all the holidays off, all the weekends off. Okay, you're that employee. All right. You're going to fool your new job maybe the first day, the second day, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. But then after a month, your boss is going to know what type of person you are, because you're demonstrating a pattern of behavior. All right. There's no one to blame but yourself, folks. And that's what's going on with Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe has demonstrated this not once, but twice, a pattern of behavior. Now, I think at his new location at ESPN, where he only does First Take Mondays and Tuesdays. I think he's going to be on his best behavior. And I feel like this is a trial for ESPN to see whether or not they want to invest in Shannon Sharpe full time. But Shannon Sharpe is going to say the right things. He's going to do the right things to get a bigger deal with ESPN. And then once he gets a bigger deal with ESPN, all hell may break loose. If you haven't learned from your mistakes the first time and you do the exact same mistakes the second time, what in the hell makes you think Shannon Sharpe is going to learn from his mistakes from his third time? He's going to just recreate. He's going to redo the same things that got him in trouble at CBS Sports, at Fox Sports 1, and at ESPN. Sooner rather than later, ESPN is going to find the real Shannon Sharpe. And with the CBS Sports angle, it's a he said, she said. And I'm not going to dwell into what they're allegedly accusing Shannon Sharpe of doing over there at CBS Sports. But guess what? You want to call it he got pushed out. You want to call it he got let go. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Shannon Sharpe got fired from CBS Sports. Shannon Sharpe was on the scrap heap in sports media. Nobody wanted to touch Shannon Sharpe with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, he would do jobs here and there at the NFL Network or Fox Sports or, ESPN occasionally. But no one wanted to invest full time with Shannon Sharpe. No one was giving Shannon Sharpe an opportunity. Shannon Sharpe had to rehabilitate himself to show the masses out there that he's redeeming himself. And then when Shannon Sharpe, it got so bad for Shannon Sharpe, he was doing Twitch on Sundays. He was doing Twitch on Sunday afternoon, getting ready for the games. That's how bad it got for Shannon Sharpe. No one wanted to touch Shannon Sharpe with a 10-foot pole because Shannon Sharpe was radioactive in that time frame. And then what happened to Shannon Sharpe? He got an opportunity to go with Skip Bayless. I mean, where was Shannon Sharpe at this moment before he took the job to do Undisputed? What was Shannon Sharpe doing? He wasn't on any of the popular morning shows on either Fox Sports 1 or ESPN. He didn't have a successful radio show. His podcast wasn't popping. When Skip Bayless went to Fox Sports 1, he brought Shannon Sharpe with him. And those two was a tandem for Undisputed. It got Fox Sports 1 back into the ratings war. Now, everyone wanted to call Undisputed the First Take Killer. They stole one show from First Take. That was the first show, and ESPN never looked back. And you have to go back at that time because ESPN was struggling itself. That's when you had Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith. And even with Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith doing First Take, and if you been listening to Stephen A. Smith, he felt like that wasn't a good fit. The chemistry wasn't there. We done talked about the real reason why he let go of Max Kellerman. Marcellus Wiley talked about this. Go check out his YouTube channel. He's got some insight on what really took place and why Stephen A. Smith no longer wanted to work with Max Kellerman. Okay, we're not going to go all the way into that. All right. But Shannon Sharpe got his big break with Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless took him. They did Undisputed. It was an overnight sensation. It was the best thing smoking on Fox Sports 1 along with the Herd Show. And the numbers were there. The ratings were high, but they were not there was no competition with Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. You have one guy everyone loves to hate, and you got Uncle Shay Shay with the black and miles and the mixing the drinks live on set and the skits and bringing in social media and the popularity of social media and things of that nature, the TikTok world and things of that Twitter element. He brought all that and then some. Not to mention, Shannon Sharpe is very funny, very charismatic, and Shannon Sharpe has great range when it comes to journalists. Shannon Sharpe is in the top 3 of the best sports media personalities. Let's not get it twisted or get it confused. All right. They blew up, even though they didn't blow up enough to beat First Take, but they still blown up. And along the way, they butted heads. And along the way, Shannon Sharpe offended a lot of people on Undisputed, as well as Skip Bayless. And you started to see a change in Shannon Sharpe. You started to see a change in Shannon Sharpe demeanor. And he was viciously attacking people on a platform such as Undisputed. Even though it's Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 1 kind of let you go loose. They're not like ESPN. They're not trying to be choir boys. They like a little confrontation. They like a little messiness, but how much messiness? And you started to see Shannon Sharpe put his foot in his mouth many times, and that's why Shannon Sharpe is fired by Fox Sports 1. Y'all want to call it let go. Y'all want to call it being pushed out. No, this fool got fired for doing the same damn thing he did at CBS Sports. See, sometimes when you run your mouth can get you in a lot of trouble. And that's what happened with Shannon Sharpe. The first thing, and I messaged this to Ticket TV, even though when I tried to message it on his recent video, that message is not public. So anything I message from Ticket TV moving forward, why message it? You're not going to be able to see it in the timeline or in the comment section. But hey, that's his channel. He does what he want to do. God bless him. I'm going to still support Ticket TV. I still think Ticket TV is the best thing smoking on YouTube. But he was a little bit embellishing the truth when it comes to Shannon Sharpe, Stephen A. Smith, Fox Sports 1, and Skip Bayless. All right. I know everybody has these targets they want to throw darts at. I know Skip Bayless is the guy you love to hate. He's the villain with the black hat. I know Fox Sports 1 is a corporation. And if you talk to the masses, corporations don't get the benefit of the doubt. They're the evil corporation. All they think about is making money. That's all they care about. Nothing else. Okay. In the story. I get all that. Okay. But what we're not going to do is turn this into a black and white thing. This has all the elements of racism and prejudice and harassment. When you can go to the timeline yourself, the first mistake Shannon Sharpe made was first and foremost thinking that he was bigger than the platform. And it was sort of like fool's gold with social media. And look, I love social media. I think if you're successful and popular on social media, you have done something right. But when you talk to CNN, when you talk to ESPN, when you talk to Fox Sports 1, they feel like the social media audience is really not paying attention to their television audience, their cable audience, their satellite audience. It's just two different audiences. All right. They don't believe the social media audience is the same as the actual audience that are watching and listening to their programming. It's like two different cadences. The second thing that Shannon Sharpe made a huge mistake in, and he still hasn't apologized, but he's sort of backtracked. He's backpedaling like Deion Sanders when he used to play for the Atlanta Falcons. All right, is the comment he made about Brett Favre. He he just called Brett Favre a thief. All right. Even though everyone deserves an opportunity to prove their innocence in court, in a court of law. Shannon Sharpe took it to another degree, basically calling this guy a thief, stealing from the lowest of low. When you talk about people when you talk about the poorest, no, he said the poorest of the poorest, taking money that belonged to them, and Shannon Sharpe was pocketing the money. Brett Favre was pocketing the money. Even though he hasn't went to court yet, even though he hasn't been found guilty yet, he's innocent until what? Proven guilty. He made a huge mistake like that. And notice in that presentation, when they first talked about the Brett Favre topic, Skip Bayless didn't want any of those problems. Skip Bayless was just repeating what was actually from the article. He didn't weigh in too much on it. He didn't go totally left. He didn't go totally reckless. Like he didn't give a damn about his credibility, about his career. Shannon Sharpe did. Now, I believe Brett Favre is a crook. I believe Brett Favre, when it's all said and done, he's going to be convicted. All right? But to automatically assume that the man is guilty and he hasn't had an opportunity his day in court, who knows? He might have some evidence that proves otherwise. All right? Still, Shannon Sharpe didn't want to, be on that balance beam. He just went totally left and just, just went at Brett Favre, which Brett Favre and his lawyer was suing Shannon Sharpe. They also was trying to sue Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee was pretty much making the same similar comments like Shannon Sharpe did, went totally left on that. But the difference between Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharpe, Pat McAfee did apologize, and Pat McAfee changed his tone about the Brett Favre situation. Not saying that Brett Favre was innocent, but was very vanilla about the reports that came out about Brett Favre, which you're allowed to talk about what's actually been proven. But what you're not allowed to do is just automatically accuse somebody of a crime and they haven't been charged yet. Much yet we even went to court. It's an ongoing investigation. And who knows, Brett Favre, I don't believe that this is going to happen. But let's just say hypothetically, what if Brett Favre have some evidence that proves otherwise? And that's still ongoing between Brett Favre and Shannon Sharpe. I don't know if he's going to pursue Shannon Sharpe legally, but it has not been resolved from either party. That's the second mistake Shannon Sharpe made. The third mistake Shannon Sharpe made is making a total ass out of himself when the Los Angeles Lakers played the Memphis Grizzlies. Basically wanting to fight the whole Memphis Grizzlies squad. Everyone remember that. Wanted smoke with John Morant. Wanted smoke with John Morant's father. Wanted smoke with the Memphis Grizzlies players. Wanted smoke with the Memphis Grizzlies fans. Now, does John Morant, with the gun situation, John Morant should be suspended, and John Morant need to go through whatever processes he need to go through in order for him to come back and make an honest living in the NBA. I think John Morant need to give up this tough guy persona, that he's a rapper or a gangster or whatever. He's making great money in the NBA. There's no need for you to do all that. If you feel like your life is threatened, then get you a security team to do that for you. They're trained professionals. But still, John Morant deserves his, John Morant, that's the mess you find yourself in, fine. But still, Shannon Sharpe made a total donkey of himself basically was told to leave the arena. But since Shannon Sharpe is a public figure, and since Shannon Sharpe worked for Fox Sports One, he's a personality on social media as well as Fox Sports One. They allowed him to just sit outside the arena and cool off. If it would have been anybody else, they would have been up and out of there. That was a total embarrassment to not only Shannon Sharpe, but to Fox Sports One, to Skip Bayless, to the media world. It was a total embarrassment. And I feel like that was the straw that broke the camel's back. But what really destroyed the relationship between Fox Sports One and Shannon Sharpe, and I still do believe it to this day, is when they was negotiating another contract for Shannon Sharpe. And Shannon Sharpe and his agent, they already been on record saying, hey, when the contract's up, Shannon Sharpe deserves A-tier type of money. He did. Shannon Sharpe does deserve A-tier type of money. He should still be at Fox Sports One making the same amount of money as a Skip Bayless, as a Stephen A. Smith, as a Pat McAfee. But it's kind of hard to demand that type of money when you got all of these incidents, one on top of the other. Plus, to make matters even worse with Shannon Sharpe, this same type of behavior, you demonstrated it at a previous job at CBS Sports. And then on top of that, the powers that be at Fox Sports One, the old regime, they wasn't totally sold on you being the co-host to Skip Bayless, because in their original thought process, they wanted two media personalities to debate on Undisputed. They wanted Skip Bayless and another media personality in the journalistic field. They wasn't even thinking about a Shannon Sharpe. If it wasn't for Skip Bayless, he wouldn't even got the opportunity that he had at Fox Sports One. And this new regime was not totally convinced nor sold with Shannon Sharpe. And this is the stuff that we do know. I mean, how good was he inside the building? What was his demeanor inside the building? Now, a lot of people are saying, are saying nice things about Shannon Sharpe. People that used to work with him at Fox Sports One say he's a nice guy. He also took some people from Fox Sports One and brought them to his new gig, which is Club Shay Shay Media. I wish him the best of luck. And I do believe what Shannon Sharpe said, that he wanted to create his own thing so no one could force him out or push him out, or let's just call a spade, get fired. And I believe in all that. I believe Shannon Sharpe should get an opportunity to do his own thing. I think Shannon Sharpe has worked enough where he should be able to do his own media company, and I hope it's very successful. But like I said in the beginning of this presentation, folks, if you've done it at one location, what in the hell makes you think you're not going to do it at another location? If you cheated on a previous girl, she breaks up with you, and now you are now committed with another different female. What makes this second female think you're not going to cheat on her? What makes her think you're not going to cheat on her? Because it's a pattern of behavior. And I'm sorry if Ticket TV or if any of you guys that do content on YouTube, if you guys feel like I'm being too harsh on Shannon Sharpe, then so be it. But look, we gotta get out of the all the white man is putting me down and the the system is putting me down, the corporation is putting me down. In some instances, yes, I can see that. But in this incident alone, I don't see that. I think Shannon Sharpe is a talented, extraordinary human being who has incredible range, particularly in journalism. I think he's going to be successful wherever he goes. But with that being said, Shannon Sharpe has some ways about him. And he always says something. And I think, look, with the Tom Brady comment, I can see how I can see how he can be upset about that. I really do. I can see how he can be upset about that. But at the same time, it's true. You know, I know he's not a Tom Brady fan. I know there's a lot of people that's not Tom Brady fans. Just take the names off the back of the jersey. Okay, if you was a GM of a football team and you have the best of the best as far as a quarterback that you can possibly pick, you got the first pick. You got the best of the best when it comes to a quarterback. And then you got the best of the best when it comes to a tight end. Who you gonna pick first? A tight end can't lead your team to victory. A tight end can't just be the only one scoring all the points. You need a quarterback. If you had to pick between Peyton Manning, well, just say the best of the best quarterback and the best of the best tight end, 10 times out of 10, people are going to pick the quarterback. They don't give a damn about the tight end because you may not be able to select that tight end with your second pick because you don't have a second pick. But there are so many rounds in the draft, you can pick up a tight end through the draft or through free agency. I'm not saying tight ends are a dime a dozen. They're easy to get, like a running back. But you know what's harder than finding a tight end? A quarterback. They're once in a lifetime, folks. They're once in a lifetime. And Shannon Sharpe should have just looked at it that way. Like, hey, I know Tom Brady, he's done so much for Tampa Bay and the New England Patriots. Just give him his props, give him his flowers. Yeah, for him to last this long in the NFL is extraordinary. But and I know Shannon Sharpe, and he was right on this. Even though he has done a lot of extraordinary things in his past, he was only talking about Tom Brady. He was only talking about Tom Brady that particular year. And in that particular year, Tom Brady was struggling. The NFL caught up with Tom Brady. Tom Brady just turned old on us real fast, real quick. A lot of stuff Tom Brady could get away with, he could not get away with in his last year in the NFL. And it really hurt the soul of Skip Bayless because y'all got to also remember, there was a possibility that LeBron James was going to win another title. So he was never going to win that argument. The Dallas Cowboys were struggling. I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan, but I'm not no over-adjective. I'm not no Dallas Cowboy fan that believes they're going to make it to the Super Bowl every year. But the Dallas Cowboys were struggling. So Skip Bayless was losing in that argument. And Tom Brady to Tampa Bay, that would always be a solid for Skip Bayless to say, okay, if I'm gonna lose on these couple of topics, at least I'm right with Tom Brady. He was losing in every topic that particular year. And Skip Bayless got frustrated. The best got out of Skip Bayless. Well, the worst got out of Skip Bayless. And Skip Bayless done something that he never done. Well, he has, he had done recently at ESPN. He hit below the belt with Shannon Sharpe. And my thing of it is, if it would have been anybody else, I would understand why people would understand why people would be upset with Skip Bayless. But we're talking about Shannon Sharpe. This is the same guy that blasts Kwame Brown, that blast so many players that don't work out with LeBron James. Like every player that plays around LeBron James is going to be automatically successful. At one point, Shannon Sharpe wasn't even blaming LeBron James. He was blaming the team. He was blaming the ownership. He was blaming the I think I forgot his name. Had his name the GM for the Lakers. He was blaming the coaching staff. He was blaming everybody except the person who was getting the turnovers, which was LeBron James. But that's typical Shannon Sharpe. So to me, if it would have been anybody else, I could co-sign with a lot of you saying, "Hey, that's not fair. That's hitting below the belt." I personally, I wouldn't have done that. But we're talking about Shannon Sharpe, who hits below the belt on a lot of people during his time at Undisputed. And I just say, if you're going to give that type of energy, then you should, in return, expect that energy. So you can't, badmouth people, but when somebody badmouths you, oh, I'm offended by that. You hurt my feelings. It's I don't know what world it works, but a lot of you guys, I get it. You don't like Skip Bayless. He's the guy you love to hate. He's the villain. He's got the black hat. I get it. All right. I know you don't like Fox Sports 1. It's the evil corporation. I get it. I really do. And I know you guys love Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe cannot do any wrong. But for Stephen A. Smith to say he got pushed out by Fox Sports 1 is laughable. He got fired. It's just that simple. You don't hear Shannon Sharpe talking about it because I guarantee there are parameters in the buyout which states that he can't talk about it necessarily. Fox Sports 1 is not going to talk about it. They're going to, mums is the word with Fox Sports 1, similar to what CBS Sports. Mums is the word about CBS Sports. But Shannon Sharpe, this has been a pattern of behavior for Shannon Sharpe. And if you guys think otherwise, I can't convince anybody to think otherwise. If you guys believe in what you believe in, then fine. But I don't really feel too sorry for Shannon Sharpe because he may not gotten the opportunity that he was desiring, but he did rebound and got an opportunity. Because when he was let go of CBS Sports, who was knocking at Shannon Sharpe's door? Who wanted to hire Shannon Sharpe full time? Who believed fully and invested fully in Shannon Sharpe after he got fired from CBS Sports? The struggle was real with Shannon Sharpe. He was bouncing around. He was an on-call worker. He was a temp guy. And luckily for Shannon Sharpe, he made the right connection with Skip Bayless on First Take. Skip Bayless was mesmerized by Shannon Sharpe. He felt like they had great chemistry. They did have great chemistry. And he told him, and he brought Shannon Sharpe to Fox Sports 1. And that old regime, they're no longer there at Fox Sports 1. But they didn't believe in Shannon Sharpe that way. The only person that fully believed and was willing to invest with Shannon Sharpe is Skip Bayless. And let me tell you something, those first 3 to 4 years was extraordinary to Undisputed. I literally watched Undisputed more than First Take. And it wasn't the fact that I was a Skip Bayless fan or First Take sucked or Undisputed. I just like the concept of, it was the first time on a debate show, it wasn't two media members. It was Skip Bayless, who was in press and in media, and you got Shannon Sharpe, who's this all-star NFL tight end who won, I think, 2 rings with the Broncos and the Ravens, and not too shabby with his media career, even though I felt like the CBS angle took him back a step or two. But all he needed was one person to believe in him, which was Skip Bayless, and the rest, they say, is history. So yeah, that's all I got for that. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to comment in the comment section, and that's fine. I'm not going to erase comments. I'm not even going to put your comments on private like certain other content creators. I allow people to just comment and if good, bad, or whatever, it is what it is. It's your comment. I feel like the comment section is your guys' domain. It's not my domain, even though the comment section technically is mine. But I feel like the comment section is your guys' domain. But yeah. Okay, so I should have started this live stream. Someone commented on one of my recent videos and said, I love the videos, but I just can't get past all the and hey, look, I'm human and everybody is human. And I know you guys watch these videos and that, they got the best of the best equipment. They got the best of the best software. Me personally, I don't. And I understand you don't like the uhs and the pauses and things of that nature. Guess what? They got software. They got equipment that can erase the or the pauses, but it costs money. And if you're not going to talk with your wallet, you can comment all you want to, but it is what it is. I apologize to the guy and I said, hey, if you want to donate for some software, if you want to donate for some equipment, you can always donate through Super Chat or the Super Stickers, or just hit my Cash App link. If not, then you're probably gonna have to deal with these I feel like this live stream was free. And I should have said in the beginning of the live stream, I need someone to count how many I made in this live stream. I don't think I made too many I probably made maybe 5. And I think I'm embellishing a little bit. I think it was more than 5. But anywho, okay. I just said it. I just said it. Okay? I just caught that. Okay. I believe that's 6 uhs. Okay. So again. So okay, look here. I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. I was when we were 2-0, I was optimistic. I didn't cheer, I didn't celebrate, because the season's not over in 2 weeks. Okay. And when I was watching it, and it was 2 good games, but I was even keel. Of course, Skip Bayless, slams his fist on the desk, talking about how about them Cowboys. Stephen A. Smith didn't say too much about the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody was pretty much staying quiet because the Dallas Cowboys win. People really don't talk about the Dallas Cowboys until they lost. And last night they lost to the Arizona Cardinals. They're without their star quarterback. I thought this was a easy peasy win for the Dallas Cowboys. And, they lost their best cornerback. I don't think that was the reason why they lost the game. a lot of people, and I watched it myself, and I tend to agree with the commentator saying that it seems like the Dallas Cowboys were not prepared. And that's a coach's call. You guys know how I feel about this coach. I still feel like the Dallas Cowboys are going to make it into the postseason, but I'm kind of skeptic as far as them with the Super Bowl. I think they'll win maybe 1 or 2 playoff games, and that's it. And they just need to hire someone else that can push them over the hump. Mike McCarthy, I really don't have a lot of faith in him. And he hasn't demonstrated to me that I should have faith in him. And I feel like this is a make it or break it year for Dak Prescott. And if Dak Prescott struggles this year, particularly when you hear the reports that he's no longer mobile, he's no longer mobile like he used to be, due to being hit, the majority of his career, and he's just getting older. And the Dallas Cowboys got a decision to make because Dak Prescott contract is up. And the Dallas Cowboys got a huge decision to make. Are we going to continue to re-up Dak Prescott for another contract? And if we were ticked off of the first contract, we are definitely not going to be happy with this next contract. And I also feel like Trey Lance, judging how he is, in practice and things of that nature, it would not surprise me none if the Dallas Cowboys, I feel like maybe not this year, unless the Dallas Cowboys just go left and they just started losing a bunch of games. I think the Trey Lance era is going to start a lot sooner rather than later. And Jerry Jones got Trey Lance for like a stick of gum and an empty jar of Yoo-hoo. I mean, he really didn't give up a lot to get Trey Lance. And if Dak Prescott struggles this year, I can see a scenario where, you know what, they'll probably trade Dak Prescott to somebody to get him off their hands. And there's going to be plenty of teams that may kick the tires around for a Dak Prescott. For example, what if Aaron Rodgers retired from the New York Jets? I know they got a quarterback that they drafted a couple of seasons ago. I just don't see that quarterback surviving much longer with the New York Jets. What about Dak Prescott in the green and white? That's a possibility. So I feel like Dak Prescott really going to have to show improve this year, whether or not they're going to keep him long term. And I don't think it's going to happen next year, but I do feel like next year you're going to start hearing put Trey Lance in the lineup and see what we get with Trey Lance. That's just my opinion on that. So we have almost been here for an hour. Okay. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone that came into the building. It was like 5 or 6 live viewers that showed up for a couple of minutes to listen to some of the podcasts. I know a lot of people are going to comment in the comment section. They're going to be very ill about what I said about Shannon Sharpe. That's fine. Guys, do me a favor. Do me a solid. Rate, comment, subscribe. Share this live stream as well as this YouTube channel with your friends, family, as well as your followers. Okay. Another episode in the books. Just My Opinion podcast, episode 3. We do this every Monday morning around this time. So for all my graveyard shift workers, I appreciate you guys coming and watching me live. To all my people that's just now waking up, getting ready for school or getting ready to go to work early, I really do appreciate you guys coming in for a few minutes watching this live stream live. To the truck drivers out there that want to listen to something that keeps them going while they're driving down the road, be careful out here in these streets. I don't want y'all to be falling asleep at the wheel. I appreciate you guys checking out this live stream. And to the people that watch the rerun, the re-air of Too Early for This podcast, I don't care if you're a day one subscriber or you just now found this channel and you just now subscribed to it. I really do appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. And we don't always have to disagree, but we don't always necessarily have to agree. Sometimes we can agree to disagree. I have my belief, you have your belief, and we just go our separate ways. We just not in sync with whatever I'm saying or whatever you're saying. But that doesn't make you any less or any more important, and vice versa for me. So I really appreciate everyone coming in. I will see you guys next Monday morning. Be on the lookout sometime this week for some videos of Just My Opinion podcast. I'm gonna have them cranking out sometime this week. If anything drops, we will talk about it. All right. I'm up out of here. I will talk to you guys later, Gators. Deuces.